Okay, so it's 8:16 and looks like we're gonna have a late showing today, which is fine. I'll do a quick update on what has changed in the past week. So I think I mentioned either a week or two ago that there were some bugs in the latest major version, which was 0.6.0. This was frankly entirely expected. The version that was released then, which was 17 days ago. So version 0.6.0 was the one that included the major revamp to everything, as well as a bunch of other huge changes. So not entirely unexpected that it included some bugs. And in particular, these bugs had to do with a lot of what was happening with respect to exporting open telemetry data, as well as there was a bug. This was sort of probably the worst one, that prevented live lessons from getting garbage collected in certain cases. There was a specific scenario where if somebody was launching a lesson about 24 hours after they initially launched a lesson, their session would actually get cleaned up. Their session ID would get cleaned up, and then the garbage collection for live lessons would query for that session, and it would fail, which would result in effectively that live lesson not getting cleaned up. So feel free to read PR 171 for the details. I won't sort of belabor the point there. So that got released. I cut this release, and then afterwards, I discovered that the Jupyter notebooks were not working because of the way that the new HTTP endpoints presentations were being provisioned. And so in 0.6.2, I released actually that same day, which added effectively the ability to retrieve the full HTTP domain for HTTP endpoints presentations directly via the API, the Antidote Core API, which was actually a change that I originally started here for regular endpoints that are not lesson guides. So this additional step extends this to Jupyter notebooks so that they work properly as well. So ignore v.o.6.1. I may actually just either delete this release or mark it as broken, because it will, it'll work other than Jupyter notebooks, but I would like it to not be used in general. Just because it doesn't support the list of options that we should. So 0.6.2 is the current release, and has that fixed. This has already been pushed to production, by the way. So this is what's running on the latest NRE Labs site. And of course, you can find the compiled binaries here below. So if you want to use, for instance, the Antidote CLI tool, everything's available there. Okay, so that is it. And I'm going to stop sharing. I believe that is it, actually, from when we. So the only other thing that I would say is NRE Labs v1.2.1, which is the next planned version. That's just going to have an update to the Git lesson. Hopefully, the final update, actually. I don't believe that there are any other planned updates for that. Once that's done, we'll probably launch another major version, probably 1.3. The reason for that is because I believe the next lesson is going to require some either a new or revamped image. I haven't decided where I want to go with that. There's actually a backlog of content that I'd like to start enabling rather than just writing my own. I've been writing the Git lesson for a while to fill in some gaps, but I think we're actually at the point now where there's a bunch of other people that are to the point where they're ready to start pulling the trigger on some of their content, and I'd like to facilitate that. So you'll probably see a little less content from me in the near future and a little more of my time spent on enabling that existing content. Also, if you are watching and I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. I'll probably be working a little less on this in the near future. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. This is just a simple rebalancing effort. I've been hitting it pretty hard lately, so I'm just taking a break for a week or two. I'll keep things moving forward. Me taking a break in terms of NRE Labs is probably me working only 30 hours a week on it. So don't over rotate on that. I'm still around, not going anywhere. I've been hitting it pretty hard lately, so I'm gonna be taking a little easy in the next few weeks. There's also a few personal things that I need to pay attention to, so just be taking it a little easier than normal. But I'll be back in a few weeks, fully, and probably be able to help out with some stuff. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to post in the community stand-up forum post. Happy to answer questions. And otherwise, have a good week and stay safe.